creative, innovative, visionary. Hello. Today, we will talk about the life of Steve Jobs, the technology giant that we all know and who has changed our lives. Steve Jobs is considered one of the most successful businessmen in the world. So, who is Steve Jobs? What has he done? As the founder of Apple, what kind of obstacles did Steve Jobs face throughout his life? And most importantly, how did he achieve success? Please watch this video in full to find the answers to these questions and learn more about Steve Jobs' incredible life story. As the founder, innovative leader, and inspiring figure of Apple, Jobs left a huge impact on many people's lives. However, Jobs' rise to success is as interesting as the stories behind his success. Did you know that Jobs went through a process where he initially managed a small business in a garage, experienced failures and disappointments during challenging years? Furthermore, in the early years of Apple, Jobs shook hands with an outside investor to sell the company's shares outside the company. However, it was later revealed that these shares were worth almost a fortune as Apple turned into a multi-billion-dollar company. In this video, we explore every aspect of Jobs' life from his early years to the creation of Apple, his innovative leadership, and his subsequent successes. As we discover Jobs' achievements and challenges, you will be inspired by his life and gain a better understanding of his place in the world of technology. Are you ready to start exploring Steve Jobs' life? Let's begin. Actually, Steve Jobs was born in 1971 in San Francisco. It was Steve Jobs who was born in San Francisco in 1955 and spent his childhood hanging out at his father's electronics workshop, the hobby shop, which sparked his interest in electronics. During his high school years, Jobs learned how computers worked by interning at Hewlett-Packard, and there he met Steve Wozniak. Jobs chose not to continue his university education and instead attended Reed College, but he dropped out shortly after. In the early 1970s, Jobs and Wozniak worked on several projects and eventually developed their first computer called the Apple I. In 1976, they officially founded Apple Computer Incorporated and began selling this computer. That's correct. After leaving Apple, Steve Jobs founded a computer company called Next Computer. However, the success of Next Computer was lower than expected and the company went through a difficult period. Jobs was deeply disappointed during this time and felt a sense of responsibility for the company's failure. That's right. Despite his business failures, Steve Jobs didn't lose his spirit. He remained full of innovative ideas and continued to work towards future success. During this time, he invested in another company such as Pixar Animation Studios and contributed to its success. After returning to lead the necessary changes at Apple, they made great efforts to take the company forward. Apple co-founder Steve Jobs created a significant revolution in the consumer electronics industry. By emphasizing product aesthetics and ease of use, Jobs differentiated Apple from its competitors. This approach greatly contributed to Apple's leadership and popularity in the technology world. Jobs and the Apple team developed a series of innovative products and ideas, starting with the first iPod they released in 2001. The iPod not only redefined the music listening experience but also changed the entire digital music industry. Not only was the iPod easy to use, but it also stood out with its minimalist design and aesthetics. In 2007, Apple revolutionized the world of smartphones by releasing the iPhone. With innovations such as touchscreen technology and a rich app ecosystem, the iPhone combined Apple's aesthetic design philosophy and ease-of-use philosophy. This enabled users to use their mobile devices more than ever before and became the standard for many industries. In 2010, Apple released the iPad, which changed the tablet computer industry. The iPad quickly became popular worldwide, especially for those who work and study on the go, thanks to its ease of use. Jobs and the Apple team always strived to keep the customer experience at the highest level. This not only reflected in the ease of use and aesthetics of their products but also in the quality of the purchasing process and customer service. This approach helped Apple gain a loyal customer base and achieve a competitive advantage. However, Steve Jobs' story was not only filled with successes. When he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2003, his life changed significantly. This also affected his professional life and led to him stepping down from the board of Apple. However, Jobs took a determined approach to fighting cancer and was willing to do anything to save his life. After his diagnosis, Jobs received chemotherapy and radiation therapy at the Stanford University Medical Center. However, the treatment did not completely eliminate the cancer, and he underwent surgery in 2004. During the surgery, 1/3 of his pancreas and a portion of his bile duct were removed. This operation was a turning point in Jobs' battle against cancer. However, Jobs' health problems persisted and in 2008, a tumor was discovered in his liver. This discovery meant that Jobs needed to undergo surgery. Jobs had the tumor removed through surgery at Stanford University Medical Center. Jobs' health problems persisted and in 2011, another tumor was discovered in his liver. This discovery indicated that Jobs' health had deteriorated, and that surgery was necessary. However, Jobs refused to accept the risks of surgery and opted for alternative treatments. Eventually, Steve Jobs passed away in 2011. But the impact of his legacy and contributions to the world of technology continue to be felt. Steve Jobs will be remembered as one of the most important figures in the technology world, and his inspiring story will help us all discover our potential. Thank you.